everybody, my name is Tara, and here on my channel we talk about how to make homemade skincare products. So I recently started a new series and it's catered towards beginners. So we're going to go back to the beginning and talk about everything you need to know to start making skincare products. I've done a lot of videos for this series in the past already, so I'll link down below to my playlist of making homemade skincare products for beginners, so you can go back and watch all those if you haven't seen them yet. But if you've already seen them, then welcome to this video. We're going to be talking all about solubilizers and emulsifiers. I did do a video in the past about emulsifiers, but that video is a little outdated and we need an update because I've learned a lot since then. So I'm probably going to private that video, so it probably will no longer be available, but you'll have this video instead and it has actually accurate information. So there's kind of a confusion between emulsifiers and solubilizers for some people if you don't know what they are. And I understand why they're kind of confusing because they kind of sort of do the same thing, but not really. And I'll explain. Okay, so first let's talk about an emulsifier. An emulsifier helps blend oil and water together because, as a lot of you guys know, oils and waters don't mix, but we commonly use oils and waters in homemade skincare products because, you know, they both have great benefits for the skin, but you want to blend them together so you're not shaking up your product all the time or mixing up your product all the time before you use it. So what an emulsifier does, it'll help blend the oils and water together and will keep them from separating. So examples of emulsions, which what happens when you use an emulsifier, are lotions, creams, and hair conditioners. And typically with emulsions, it'll create a thicker substance, just like body creams, lotions, hair conditioners. They're sort of thick and creamy. So that is what an emulsifier is and what it does. Examples of emulsifiers are emulsifying wax NF, cetyl alcohol, BTMS 50, Redomulse SCG, soy lecithin, and then stearic acid. There are tons of emulsifiers out there, and there are a lot of emulsifiers you can purchase from suppliers, which are like a combination of 2, 3, sometimes 4 emulsifiers together, which will help create a really good emulsion with a great consistency. An example of that is Redomulse SCG. It's a combination of 3 emulsifiers, I believe, and they work together to create an emulsifier. Other emulsifiers like emulsifying wax NF need to be paired with other emulsifiers like stearic acid or cetyl alcohol. Typically, something like stearic acid isn't used on its own. It's normally used as a co-emulsifier. If you watch my videos on how to make homemade lotions, you'll see what emulsifiers I like to use together. I typically like to use emulsifying wax NF combined with cetyl alcohol. That's just my own personal preference. Stearic acid is a great combination with emulsifying wax NF as well, but I like the feeling of cetyl alcohol more. But go ahead and try out both of them, see what you like. Another one I really like is Redomulse SCG. I've used that on my channel before, but this is completely up to you. Try out different types of emulsifiers and see what consistency you like. They all feel different on the skin. So it's about experimenting and seeing what you like. That's the glory of making homemade skincare products, is you just get to try a whole bunch of things and make it the way you want it. So now let's talk about solubilizers. So there is a difference between a solubilizer and an emulsifier. A solubilizer makes something soluble. If you don't know what soluble means it is able to dissolve into a liquid, typically, is what we're talking about with skincare products. Sometimes it means it's able to be dissolved in oil as well. So if you hear me say it's water soluble, it means that the ingredient is able to be dissolved in water. When I say oil soluble, it means the ingredient is able to be dissolved in oil. So what a solubilizer does is it makes an ingredient able to be solubilized. So for example, if you're making a body spray with just some, distilled water, and you add a few drops of essential oil, what you have to do is first mix that essential oil with a solubilizer and then combine it into the water, then mix it up. And now that fragrance is soluble in the water, so you don't have to mix it up every time before you use it. So that is what's different between a solubilizer and an emulsifier. A solubilizer just makes something soluble, but an emulsifier blends the two together and creates a different consistency. So examples of solubilizers are polysorbates, Polysugamulse D9. There's also Symbio Solv Clear Plus. So I hope that cleared everything up and now you understand what an emulsifier is and what a solubilizer is and what the difference is between the two. Now they can sort of be interchangeable. Sometimes you can use a solubilizer in an emulsion. So it really just comes down to experimenting and seeing what you like. But I will link down below in the description box to links to where you can purchase all these emulsifiers and solubilizers that I mentioned. If I find some of these on Amazon as well, I'll link to those as well. Also, just to let you guys know, I do have a Patreon now, and I will have a blog over on my Patreon that goes right along with this video, and I'll actually have an attachment on that blog so you can download the blog and then print it out and then make your own little like Lee booklet on how to make homemade skincare products. I don't know, I just think that'd be really easy to do. That's something I wish I had when I was first making skincare products. The ability to just print out a short summary on what something is, because I have went through so many notebooks just writing out what different things are, different ingredients are, and what they do. So if I had a blog that I could just easily print out everything and make a little booklet, that would have been so amazing. So if you guys want to benefit from my blog, then go over to my Patreon. It's $5 a month to have access to my blog. I will have blogs that go along with every single video I do that's skincare related. Anything that's informative that you might need to go back to, because I know it's really annoying just going back to videos, rewatching them, trying to find the exact point of what you want to rehear and learn. So having that blog I think is really beneficial for you guys. You will also get early access to my videos for $5 a month, or if you just want early access to my videos, it's just $1 a month. So there's different tiers that offer different things. So, you know, check that out if you want. If you don't want to be a patron, that's completely fine as well. I'm just trying to offer more content for you guys and just easier way to access information to just make your life a little bit easier. Because I know starting to make skincare products is really confusing. It's just really intimidating. So I'm trying to make the process a little easier for you guys. But yeah, so if you have any other questions over emulsifiers and solubilizers, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them for you guys. I try to get to all the comments, but sometimes I get a little bit busy and I don't get to, so I'll just do my best to answer all your guys' questions for you. So yeah, that is everything I have for you guys today. One more thing, as I mentioned in every single one of my videos, is I do sell homemade skincare products over on Etsy. I'll link my Etsy up here, link it down below. That way it's easy for you guys to find. If you want to purchase some of my products, go ahead. If you don't want to, that's completely fine as well. Just want to let you guys know it's there. So I hope you guys have a great week and hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I'm stuck in the motions. I've been consumed by the wrath of time, like I'm I'm shattered in this life. It's still the path that I've chosen, because I've had a vision. Now I'm on a mission to find myself.